Welcome to Caroline and Rashi. It's so nice to have you here, friends. We are starting out with a beautiful look at our Christmas tree as we not only await the arrival of Santa, but we await the arrival of Rashi Vats, who will be joining us here shortly. I wish she would come in the studio now. Rashi, where are you? I saw her right by the studio, so I don't know where she is at this point, but she should be joining us soon. So today we're talking about how early is too early to travel with your partner. Okay, this is why I need Rashi here, because this is such a good topic to chat about. A new article from the website Pop Sugar is answering that question for us. The author says it's less about the amount of time you've been together and more about how you feel when you're with them. If you feel a sense of safety and trust, you'll have, she's here. We're talking about how is it too early to travel with your partner or not. So they say that it's not about the amount of time that you've been together, Rashi. It's more about how you feel when you're with them.
I agree. First off,
if you feel a sense of safety and trust, you'll have tons to talk about for an extended period. You can go for it.
Yes.
This author also says if you haven't told friends and family about this person, that you are unsure of where the relationship stands, it's best to skip the trip away. You don't want to wait too long to travel with a partner for the first time, though, because this author says that it can be a
litmus test
for true compatibility.
I agree with that. First off, I would like to apologize to the viewers because I totally this is what
I saw you outside of the studio. I thought you were walking in.
Well, I was recording. I had to record something for the 5 o'clock. So we record this ahead of the evening news that we do, and I had to retrack a package on North Korea. They the president declared martial law. It was just this whole thing. And so anyways, Tammy, our wonderful editor, we love her. She always watches our show and she's like, wait, shouldn't you be? And I'm like, oh my.
I saw you chatting over there. I literally thought you were going to turn around and come in.
No,
I thought you were on your way in.
Rashi, where are that? Okay. So anyways, I apologize. I am here. And I think when it comes to traveling, not to put my sister's business out there, but she has had a boyfriend, many of them, who she's traveled with, and it hasn't worked out. And so that has kind of, I would say, tainted parts of.
Yeah.
And so I think that once you are very serious, then that's probably a good indication of the traveling part of the whole thing, because you don't really want it. Like she's moving from San Francisco, but a lot of San Francisco reminds her of a person that she was with because they spent so much time. Yeah. She thought this was going to be like the thing. It's hot in here.
Leopard on leopard.
Leopard on leopard. And so, immediately starting to travel, I just think that
it's a bad idea. I can tell you from experience. Your mic is on your sweater.
What a day. Ooh.
No,
yes.
From experience, I think that traveling with someone that you're interested in, not a good idea. And also if the person immediately is come on a trip with me, I think that that's a red flag.
But when you're older, do you do that? I mean, you're not old, but I'm talking about in your 40s and 50s.
Oh, well.
Do you start experiencing, for instance, my sister, she's older. She's in her late 30s-ish. So, we're not in the phase of, I just want to see what you're like kind of thing. She's wanting to get married.
Yeah.
Right? So do you just start going on these trips to find out if...
Okay, well, I don't know. It's
that's what I'm saying. That's hard because then you can find out.
That's why this person is saying make sure that you have good feelings about this person. If you have any type of doubts or you don't feel completely safe and comfortable with them, don't do it.
That's why me and Raymond haven't gone on a date. And
I thought we were
he just needed the cue to come in.
I was going to do my debut today.
Oh, really?
And then you got untied? Is that how you got here?
What do you mean?
Well, why were you late?
Oh, because I was recording. I was recording a 5 o'clock package. Yeah. So he thought he would fill in.
I was going to be able to sit down and do it.
Oh man, you're a little late. You could.
I know. You're later than me.
I know.
Next time you need to be. I know.
I know.
Next time.
Next time.
Yes.
Yes, you will fill in.
When I was
No date still?
No date still. We're talking about taking me somewhere out of the country or
Wait,
like
well,
another trip.
maybe going on a trip with somebody immediately when you first start dating is a good idea.
That's what I was saying.
Because you can see how crappy that person is, and then
Or
you can just
nice.
end things, which has happened to me.
Oh,
Guys love going to Vegas, and everything bad comes out in Vegas. So then I'm like, bye.
yeah, that's also true. But if you travel well with somebody, that's a big plus.
Yeah, I
Yes,
mean,
yeah.
I guess my current boyfriend and he helped me move to Texas. So from California to Texas. So that was like our first like big trip, and
Yes.
it was great.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know. I guess that's like telling, you know.
Yes, I mean just the way people are on like at airports and
Yeah.
you know how they are in a hotel room.
Just like in general, like when you're outside of that routine of like being home.
yes, like what is that like?
I know.
And if you don't like it with that person, then I would.
Ugh, I know.
wouldn't do it.
Bad. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, I put this one in here for you, Rashi,
All
because
right.
I mean, I have thoughts on this. How much is too much for a picture with Santa? A Los Angeles shopping mall is charging families up to $165 for a one-of-a-kind Santa Claus experience. The price includes complimentary cookies and elves that will prioritize your group's check-in. The entire event is advertised as 30 to 45 minutes, but many families say kids only got about 3 minutes to spend with Santa Claus. Despite these steep prices, slots are selling out fast.
So, I would say there are a lot of great Santas out there. There's some Santas that don't need to be Santas.
Yeah.
You know, out there, and it really is for us. It looks like face value, it looks like you're paying $165 for like what, a picture here.
Yeah.
But it's the experience for the child. So that kind of looked like Leona
I
from
know.
the back.
Aw.
It's the experience for the child, and that's like so magical. So I would pay that, but I wouldn't be looking at it as a picture with Santa. I'd be looking at it as a whole experience. Like when we went to go, literally, let me tell you, we were shaping candy.
No.
It was $90
Ugh.
for all four of
Yeah.
us to shape this candy. Like we weren't, so it's all like the experience part, and Daniel have to remind me it's the experience. And so
Yeah.
this Santa looks legit. You're sitting next to him. You get to tell him, hey, I'm
Yeah.
gonna, because Ryan remembers like telling Santa one year, I think it was like 2 years ago, we were in Dallas, Gaylord, Texan. That's like one of the, you might have heard of it. It's like one of the big places in Dallas. And anyway, they hold this huge Christmas thing, and there's lights and all kinds of stuff, but you got to sit next to Santa. You got to tell him what you wanted, and he was like really good about it too. Like, you know, oh yeah, well, I know you've been a good boy. How you treat your sister? How did you? That's all impactful stuff. And then the pictures turn out really good too, which is what you obviously want. Yeah. So I know it's a lot of money, but I would pay it, just knowing the experiences that I've seen in the past where you don't pay as much money, the experience isn't that great for the child, and you don't get a great picture experience. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I mean-
I'm being taken against my free will for a picture with Santa coming up here, and I am not looking. I'm like, why?
what do you mean?
Like, we have to go take a picture with Santa.
Who? What? I'm not getting it.
Like boyfriend's family, because he has an 11-year-old little brother.
Oh, okay.
Or what, like
Different. But
I'm like, I don't want to go.
But you know what? You can have those. I really want to go to those Christmas-inspired bars that Coco's been talking about.
Now that
Yes.
sounds like a fun time.
I would love to do that. We should do that.
I think I might skip the Santa picture.
Do that.
Yeah,
Skip the Santa picture.
I think I should.
You don't need to take a picture. You need to have the. I would like to see an espresso martini Christmas something, or how good would that be? Why don't
Take a
why
picture
don't
with
they
all
take a
them
picture?
with an espresso martini?
Well, then you can
I
take
know.
a picture
I'm
with me by the
I'm
tree.
sounding like a Grinch and a Scrooge. I love these people. They're so fun. I'm just saying, to me, getting a picture with Santa, somebody that doesn't have kids, it sounds like a bunch of screaming kids, a crowded mall, a line. It's hot.
Wait,
Like,
why would you go to the mall?
where the heck else am I going to find Santa?
I think there's just others. We'll talk, but I think the mall is like. There's nothing against the mall, but that's like where everybody goes.
I'm going to have to like valet park. There's traffic. Like,
I think like Post has something too.
there's got to be like an AI filter that we could take a nice photo and superimpose Santa in there.
That's a different experience. It's like,
no, I sound
make
like I'm
room for the Santa we're going to paste here.
Can I hire a Santa to just come over for the picture? I'll set it up on my tripod.
That would be expensive. Or if we know someone that could look like
It can't be more than
Santa.
$165. Come on now.
Yeah, I know. That's true. Yeah. We can ask someone, hey, we have a suit. Can you put it on?
Yeah, who in this building looks like Santa? I'll give them $50.
I will give you $50 to tell them that they look like Santa.
We don't have anybody with like a long white beard, but I guess you're right. You can put on a costume.
Yes, I'm talking about the physique though.
Well, all you have to be is like a tall, manly person because
you need to have like a gut.
Yeah, but you could make the gut.
Yeah, but I mean it like the kid needs to be sitting on some like thighs.
That's true.
I mean,
That's
you
true.
can't have
like my dad could never play Santa.
Right.
Because I don't even know how we would stuff the jacket to make him
that's
look
what I'm
bigger
saying.
because he's just like skinny.
But when you have like someone that looks like Santa with like the
to
belly.
me, Santa is like really tall, like big. You gotta have the belly.
Yeah, but I think like with Santa, it's like the belly is not gross. It's like magical.
Yeah.
It's like the whole
He
everything.
somehow just fits down all the chimneys
Yeah.
and stuff.
Someone was trying to like talk about how Santa is this like perverted person going down the
People always
chimney,
try to make that
sneaking in.
stretch.
I know. Like, what? Can we just
I know.
please just make this magical
Just make
for
it fun.
kids
Just
and
make it
just
fun. Yeah.
stop?
Anyway, we'll be right back. All right, so this is a really important day because it is the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, which means it is Giving Tuesday. So today, it's a day to encourage people to give back. And since it began more than a decade ago, Americans have donated to various causes on the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. Just last year alone, donors gave $3.1 billion with a B dollars. Giving Tuesday gives nonprofit organizations the chance to raise more money than they typically would like on a normal day. If you want to make a difference this year, but you don't know where to even begin, here's where you can start.
For many households, they tend to give in areas where they are familiar or where they have a personal connection.
Well, the Salvation Army says 1/3 of annual giving happens on Giving Tuesday. And those donations help provide food, shelter, and more for those who don't have extra cash. You can opt to volunteer as a way to give back. I love that. It really kind of makes you feel like you're doing something for the community. And if you're looking to save money on your next trip, this is a good day, Rashi, because it's Travel Tuesday. Experts say that you can save big on things like airfare, cruises, hotels, and other travel-related services. For example, Atlanta-based Delta Airlines is offering extra miles and rewards, and American and United have deals on domestic and international flights.
Ooh, where are you going next, girlfriend?
Orlando.
You are?
Disney.
Oh, yes, yes.
You know, the annual Disney
annual,
trip.
yes.
Yes. So, I mean, I still have to put in for it, but I'm working not Thanksgiving, Christmas and New Year's, so I'll have a day or so to use. So
Oh, yeah, when is it? When are you?
it's like January 20 something.
Oh, yes, you've told me
but
about
I think
this,
we're
yeah.
just gonna do like golfing and Epcot, not the whole like
great.
park hopping, because I was stressed last year.
Yes, you were. You were. It was a very stressful time.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy being the person that's like navigating Disney.
Yes, yes,
You
definitely.
know, I mean,
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know, but I know
it's
my
insane.
husband's the one that's doing it.
So actually, I was talking to my parents because they go every year because that's when the big like golf expo happens. So my dad goes; he's a golf professional. My dad's like, it'd be fun to just go to Epcot for the day. I'm like, I'm in for that.
Really?
So I think we'll just do
Oh,
Epcot.
yes.
And then like golf and
good.
everything. So
That would be really nice.
So that's the next trip, I think, January.
Oh, that's coming up. Mm-hmm. I was going to go back to the Giving Tuesday part. I think I'm trying to figure out like what to do with my kids in terms of like something that we do annually or something.
So I was obsessed with like getting a kid's name and we would buy them toys
Yes.
for Christmas.
So
I
we do
loved
toys
that.
for tots.
Okay, that's great.
But I want it to be more of a personal thing because my kids were very blessed, and my kids have their grandparents spoil them, and you know, they have a lot of toys. And so what we do every year is we go through all the toys to give to kids that don't have toys. And I mean, they're in great condition.
Yeah.
You know, like they've only used it once or twice, and it's not like, oh, let me just give you this puzzle. Like, we find the missing pieces and all of that stuff, put it all together. So like it's for a child. But one thing my dad did, one of the good things my dad did growing up, is when we were younger, we would always go to this lady's name. Her name was Sister Gay, and she had adopted 25 kids.
Holy moly.
And she was disabled, but she had these kids. And we would go to Sam's. There was no Costco, I don't think, but we would go to Sam's and we would spend all this money on all the groceries that they wanted. And we would go to their house and we would give it all to them. And they were like individually, and we would play with them with the toys. And we would do this, yes, every single year. I think multiple times a year. But I just remember that sticking and that making an impact. And so I was trying to figure out a way. And I just think it's so important to do that with your children. And just so that they realize the value of what they have, and also they kind of also realize how much needs to be given. Like, it's not all about taking. Like I was talking about how
the kids get excited about that too. I remember being like so excited. We'd get like an 11-year-old girl for Christmas. Yes. And you get like,
was it like through an angel program or something?
It was through our church, but so probably through something like that. And we'd be like, oh my gosh, they would love this. Let's get them that. Like we were so excited.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it was fun.
I need to see if there's some churches or something that do that.
Yeah, there's at the church I go to, they specifically said they're in need of toys for like 11 to 15-year-olds for Christmas, and you can bring them to church next week, wrapped or unwrapped, and drop them off. So like maybe that, but also volunteering to ring the bell. Like it would be fun for a group of us from here to go ring the bell for the Salvation Army somewhere.
That's good too.
You know,
like the kettle.
Yeah, like over at Galleria or something, and collect donations for that. Like that's always fun. And people would like stop and they would, they would talk to us, and it would be like so fun.
I'd be like, that's Caroline. If you want a picture with her, please donate $10.
$10 to Salvation Army for a picture with Rashi. Yes. See, we could probably raise a lot of money.
Yes, that would be great.
Also, you can. Well, I guess your kids are a little too young for that, but I love doing like any type of meal that people can come to who don't have meals, and
like the food bank and stuff like that.
You can serve, or you can like pack the bags. That's always fun to do.
No, I think
that you have to be a little older, I guess, for that. So I think the kids, something like that they would love that.
I think
kids
it's so
are so
important.
sweet too. They totally would like get it.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I mean, I think that's the biggest thing is I just want the kids to be kind humans.
Yeah.
You know, that's at the bottom line.
Santa's watching.
Yes, Santa's always watching.
Yeah, so that will help in the being kind.
I know.
It's more they're always kind. It's just to each other, I bet, is the point where it's like, Santa's watching.
You got it. Yep, you got it. This morning was a whole situation.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's funny because even adult sisters, like me and my sister, like literally 1 minute on vacation, we'll be like screaming at each other, and the next minute we're like, you're my favorite person.
I know.
It's crazy.
Yes. I was really mean to my sister on our vacation, and then I said, I'm sorry, I was being a bitch. And she's like, it's all right. And I was like, yeah. And I made a really bad comment, but
it happens because that's what happens with family. I was actually going to send you the Mel Robbins family episode. I'm listening to it right now. It's good.
You are? I haven't listened to her in a while.
I should send you that episode. It's good because it's all about kind of just, you're the only one who has control of how you feel and your actions. You can't control your family. So the episode is about just learning how to like let go of those feelings, and you can only control your own feelings.
Yes, the whole let them.
And why some comments kind of feel a lot worse coming from a family member than coming from a friend. Yes. Because you might tell me the same thing that like my mom or my sister might tell me, but coming from you, I might not get offended or take it personally, and coming from them, I'd be like,
yeah. But I think we're also way more comfortable with some family members. That's why we take. I know that also with I look at it as a parent because Ryan is sometimes really mean to me. And I've been like, what the heck? What's going on? And I always get upset. And I've been reading about it. And with moms and dads, many times moms, the children feel the safest and the most comfortable, which is why, like, I unfortunately am the rudest and nicest to my mom, and I'm sure you're the same way. Like,
I know, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, but that's because we still feel like super comfortable with them.
Right.
That I know, I always think that.
Yes.
But also I noticed like some comments that my mom would make would used to like, I would get like insecure about it.
Yeah.
Or now I'm just like, oh, that's just Linda.
Right. That's just fabulous Linda.
That's Linda just wanting her daughter to look her best.
I know. All right, friends. Well, thank you so much for watching this episode. We really appreciate you all, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.